Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video of Marvel Contest of Champions. Today we're gonna do the new Alliance War Showcase with arcade games, and the first fight is going to be against the Spiderman Supreme with the nodes Ebb and Flow Intercept, Mighty Charge, and Champion and Health Boost. So very simply put, whenever Spider-Man Supreme will charge towards you with a medium attack, he's gonna remove all the debuffs on him, and he also has protection on him. To remove that, you need to intercept. That will give you a fury and some extra damage. And to help you out, there is also an invulnerability boost. So the first three instances of hits that you will take, be it from a special attack or basic attack, they will do 0 damage to you. So keeping that in mind, the difficult part here is to navigate through the miss. So there are quite a different options that you can use that can bypass miss. So Human Torch is one of them. You can also use Bullseye. If you don't have those champions, what you can do is to parry, use one medium attack, activate his invulnerability, and just like that, you can just stay back until the astral form finishes, and you can again parry. And until the astral form is on cooldown, you can use your mediums quite easily and use this to your advantage to take him down just like that. Moving on to the next fight is going to be a leader. Now I am going to nuke him down. First, he is a tactic defender, so he is House of Mirrors. I'm using a Clarity Hyperion, so all I'm trying to do is to parry and heavy and make sure that my Clarity is up all the time. The green scythe icon that you see, that's on a cooldown. And I'm trying to keep my distance from him because I don't want to get more of those weaknesses on me, because with every weakness, the insult to injury node will be activated. So I'm trying to stay away as well and just keep throwing my SP2s because I keep getting power with those 200% boost. So that is the best way to go. You can also use skill champions that are also Clarity for the natural class advantage. So Blade, Crossbones, and Bullseye are also some of the examples you can use. Another good example that works here can be Kate Bishop, so she can work as well. So pick your choice. I just went in with Hyperion, just with SP2, those nukes, because he's a big nuke. He takes out all of these defenders quite easily in the end. Just one last SP2, and there you have it. Just maintain your distance, avoid the weaknesses, and you're good to go. The fight number 3 is going to be against a very annoying shocker. There's House of Mirrors, Personal Space Placebo, Prey on the Weak, and EMP modification. So when he uses a special attack, he's going to apply those shocks on you. So you can bring an Odin pre-fight that will help you. And there is good advice boost. So whenever you are going to parry him, he's going to be passively stunned. So that is going to help you. I'm using Cosmic Ghost Rider here. Again, I'm trying to nuke him very quick, simple. Parry in a heavy, and then followed by a light ending attack combo, and then with the medium, then 2 SP2s, and that's that. You can also use Hyperion, other nukers as well. Now next up is going to be an Onslaught. Now he's a non-tactic defender and he's very annoying in general. Now the nodes here are going to be attacker region boost, combat deja vu prowess, and insurance policy with spiked armor. Now I've played this meta extensively and I really enjoyed it, but Onslaught was on other nodes that were some more crazier for him in this meta, not on this node. This really makes him super easy to deal with, so you literally just have to bring in a good counter for Onslaught and you are good to go. I am bringing in my Trust 3 rank 3 Ironheart. I am not sure if I'm be able to use her this season, if she will be banned. But yeah, I'm just bringing her for this fight. And all I'm trying to do here, that I've made sure that I use my pre-fight that was applying ruptures. And just throwing my SP1s, letting them stack. And because I'm using an Ironheart, after 5 of those ruptures, I have locked on Onslaught, so I can easily go ahead and parry him. So some other options that work really well are going to be your champions with easy access to unblockable. So for example, like Hulkling, for example, Adam Warlock can work here. You can also use Hulkbuster, or if nothing else works, just bring in a Hercules and you can brute force this guy and you should be good. Next up is going to be a Mojo with Always Forward, Defeat Placebo, and Resistance is Futile. Now, it is a regular Mojo fight, but there is so much degen damage here that this is annoying to deal with. In hindsight, I would not have brought in Silk here. I would have brought in champion that were immune or resistant to degen. So like Hulk, Gladiator Hulk, you can also bring in Mr. Negative. Also, Spider Ham is one of those champions that you can bring in. Those champions will be much easier and quicker to finish off this fight. I did went in with Silk. It took me a little bit of time. It was still a relatively faster fight, but if you bring one of those champions, that worked much better. Now, the advantage I had with Silk, I could easily evade all of those specials. So I was just really slow playing it, making sure that I do not give him all of those prompts and avoid the degen totally. And every now and then I will throw my SP2 so I can do some good damage. So now he's down to 65%, and I have another SP2 that I have to evade him on my own. Sorry. Here we go. Going in, using a striker, and again using with a 5-hit combo, I'm able to throw an SP1. Made a mistake there, almost got caught, but the evade helped me out. So yeah, it's a really slow fight and annoying one with that degen damage all every time kicking in. So I would say if you have a champion like Spider Ham or Mr. Negative, or somebody like Hulk who is going to be resistant or immune to degen, bring those champions because they will work well. Otherwise, you might die because of only the degen damage, and that is very annoying to get around with. I just brought in a Silk, helped me evade the SP2s, and because of her high damage with the Striker and 2 Furies, she can relatively take out the defenders quickly. So again, very nearly died there, but then had my Striker ready, went with it, and another 5-hit combo, getting those physical vulnerabilities up, and a big SP1 was enough to take him out. And then we have a very fun Wolverine here because there is always forward, so he will not gain more health that you've already dropped from that percentage. And there's burden of might. So if you gain if you gain an armor up, you are going to lose. If you're going to gain a buff, you're going to lose your power. So no way I can get to an SP2 with an Hyperion. So I have to play it with my physical attacks. Just use parry and heavy to get those Furies up. And once I have enough of those Furies, I use my basic attacks to take him out. Now, there are some good champions that you can use here that are not energy-based physical damage, and they can take out Wolverine faster. So you can use a Venom, he is still tactic. You can use a Medusa. You can also use an Angela. Adam Warlock also works. So all of these champions work really well. Just avoid using any champion with the energy attack because of high energy diet. You will not do any damage, and you will have to restart the whole path. So just be careful about that. Other than that, Wolverine is a really easy defender to deal with his specials. Both of them are easily evadable. So yeah, he is down as well. The next defender is going to be an America Chavez. She is going to be annoying because for sure she will get to a lot of special twos. So you have to bring in champions that can work around it. Now the good part, she is not a tactic champion. So you can bring in non-tactic champions as well. So there are 2 ways to play this. Either you power control her power gain, or you bring in champions that can auto-evade his specials. So you can bring in Silk, you can bring in Spider-Man Stark Enhanced, you can also bring in Spider-Ham, who will also do damage on the power stings. And if we hold back with the block and evade, he can also evade the specials. So those are some champions that work well. You can also use a Human Torch. Just keep using parry until you build up like 15 to 20 smolders, and then you can start attacking America Chavez so you don't activate aspect of Evo faster. Same goes with your Scorpion. He can also work with his Petrify and your Void as well. So all of these options work really well. You just need to make sure that you keep him to an SP1 only. If not, if you push him to an SP2, which you eventually will, make sure that you have auto evaders and you should be good. Boost well, because the more you boost, the faster you can take down the fight. So yeah, I think those are the best way to deal with this fight. I am using a Silk here, and you will notice I am kind of struggling here trying to get her down because she keeps throwing those specials. And because of Aspect and Evo, she keeps getting so much power, almost to 2 bars of power. I cannot use my 5-hit combo into an SP2 because I might push her to an SP3. And right there, I made a mistake, but I was lucky enough to get her an SP3. And I was like, you know what? It's okay. I will die here. But I really got lucky. She was not in the mood to throw her SP3. So I used my 5-hit combo into a heavy, into a striker, and then again a 5-hit combo with an SP1 at the end of it. And all of those physical resistances came in handy, and I was able to take her out. And finally, on the boss node, we are going to have an arcade with House of Mirrors, invulnerability boost. So the first 3 hits we're going to take are going to not do us any damage. He is immune to stun, and also there's best defense. So the auto block is going to be enhanced. So you have to be careful about that. And there's adaptive as well. So I'm going to use a Hyperion here. There are some other options that you can use. You can use Adam Warlock because that's an easy access to unblockable, and he's also a tactic attacker. You can also use a Venom here, and Medusa is also a good champion that can work. You can also use a Valkyrie, just hit in the block. So there are plenty of good options that can work. Now the play here is to wait for Arcade to throw a heavy attack. Just keep blocking him until he throws a heavy attack. His heavy attack has an animation of 2 hits. After the first hit, you can interrupt it with your own heavy attack or basic attacks. So use that window to your advantage, and you can do quite a bit of damage to Arcade. Right here, I am just trying to block, get to an SP2, use that, and because I'm using boost, I'm getting a lot of power back. So the SP2 is much easier to just block out. So I would suggest you to push him to an SP2. That's a heavy attack right there. And before he throws the second hit, I interrupted him with my heavy attack, getting those Furies, and those SP2 are doing a lot of damage, giving me back-to-back SP2s. So yeah, that's the name of the game. You can do that with any champion. Venom also works really well. Medusa can also do quite a bit of damage, especially after a buff. So if you have those champions, bring them in, and you are going to get through this Alliance War Showcase very smoothly. Not the best rewards, to be honest. They are optional, especially if you're like an endgame player. But if you're somebody who is like Thronebreaker or Paragon, this is going to be a good one for you. So you can get those rewards and bring up your, you can bring up your House of Mirror champions, because you get 1 to 2 gem and quite a few of those SIGs. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, and all of these options help you out. If you have any questions, or let me know what you used, and the other summoners can take help from it. See you later. Bye.